Hi guys, this is Mrs. Dorn, and today you're going to be watching a vodcast about hurricanes. You've probably seen hurricanes on the weather, and they look like large rotating storms. And we usually get them on the Atlantic seaboard and not on the Pacific. So you can see an example of a hurricane moving towards our Atlantic coast there. A hurricane is a large rotating storm that forms over water. In other countries, sometimes it's called a cyclone or a typhoon, and you can see a picture of where hurricanes or cyclones or typhoons happen to hit around the world. In North America, you can see that hurricanes move towards that Atlantic coast. They move in a northeast fashion, and then when they hit land, they get deflected, and they tend to swing up towards the northwest. Some of them, however, do move into the Gulf region. In fact, the deadliest hurricane in the U.S. history was in 1900 in Galveston, Texas, and it killed over 8,000 people. So what happens with a hurricane? Well, hurricanes are fueled or powered by warm water in the in the Atlantic Ocean. This is why most hurricanes happen in the fall, because the water has had all summer there in the equator to get really, really warm. And as that warm water starts to rise upward from the surface, that's kind of the first step of a hurricane forming, is this warm, moist water starts to evaporate and move upward. So there's less air left near the surface. In other words, that warm air is rising, so we're creating this area of low pressure here, right in the center of the storm. Then air from the surrounding areas with higher pressure tends to flow in to replace that air that is rising. As the warm, moist air rises and cools off, the water in the air forms the clouds. Those are the clouds that you can see from outer space, the satellite images of those great big hurricane formations. That whole system of clouds and winds spins and grows, and again, it's fueled by the ocean's warm water. As the storm starts to rotate faster and faster, we get this area in the middle called an eye. And you can see that really good on satellite images up here. It almost looks like a clear area. And it kind of is. It's an area of really low pressure, and it's very calm and clear inside the eye. Now, all hurricanes basically start off as thunderstorms, and when that rotating storm reaches 39 miles per hour, we call it a tropical storm. When the wind speeds reach 74 miles per hour, the storm is officially a hurricane. So that's a little bit of information about hurricanes. At this time, you can stop the podcast and bring your Chromebook to the front of the room and get your post test.